Good morning and welcome to GETI's Live Talk, hashtag Disruptive Education. And I am your host, Zaina Molai, for the Live Talk today. As we all know, we have been hosting these live talks since last year, and this platform was started by our founder director, Dr. Sunita Gandhi, solely with the aim to disrupt education and provide the platform to the educationists and edupreneurs and school leaders around the world to come to our platform and discuss their ideas and knowledge. So with this aim to disrupt education and provide platform to the educators, we are here with our very special guest, Professor Dr. M. Rajini. She is the chairman of Lakshmi Academy, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. So, our dear speaker, welcome, ma'am, and let me talk a bit about you to my dear audience. She is a Shiksha Ratna awardee lawyer. She is in the field of education since last 3 decades, and she is a scholar of MA English and Hindi. She is educationist, academician, motivational speaker, trainer, poet, author, healer, consultant, counselor, journalist, editor, singer, astrologer, and legal consultant, to name a few. She worked with top corporate chain of schools like Aurobindo, Jain International in Karnataka, Ravindra Bharati Group of School, Andhra Pradesh, uh, and several other schools. She has authored 500 textbooks from KG to PG, and she has promoted 257 schools under the umbrella of Velamal Group of Schools and the group Laksham Academy, Chennai. So she has been awarded with several prestigious awards. To name a few, she has been awarded as the more than 500 international award and 1,000 national and state level award from the presidents, governors, prime ministers of various states and districts. So with this, we welcome you, ma'am, and over to you. Today, she'll be talking on the topic paradigm shift in education. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am, once again, and over to you. Ma'am, you can start talking about your topic.
Hello. Hope I'm audible to you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So thank you very much for my nice introduction. I'm Dr. Rajini, Bharata Shiksha Ratna awardee, and I'm into the field of education for more than 33 years of things, and promoted 257 schools and 5 curriculum for Olympiads and for the CBSE and ICSE schools. I'm also into the draft committee of NEP, and authored more than 500 textbooks and 300 IPAR poems. I'm into the National Committee of Education and Innovations, and I'm the academic director of American University of America, and the Dean Associate for International Commonwealth Universities. And I'm also associated as an education ambassador for the University of London, UK. Yes, you can, and also in Singapore universities. And across the globe, I'm doing a lot of educational services and training the teachers and giving awareness programs to the students, giving career counselings and everything. So this is a high time of 3 decades of my services into the field of education. We have been doing a lot of services, and we have come across lakhs of students in almost in all the verticals as a trainer of NCRT and phonology trainer, and also a mentor for an observer for National Testing Agency of NEET, and Google partner in education, as well as for the Microsoft team. So in this way, when it comes to the paradigm shift, That is a apt word, I can say, because where there is lakshyam, there is success. Gaining a knowledge is called education. So education is nothing but, as Subramanya Bharati has said, and many people they have said that education is nothing but if a man can stand on his own leg for the survival of fitness or for their life and education, that is what it's going to serve for the purpose. It's not like the schools how we been going back of the crazy about the marks and everything. So leaving a mark oriented education aside, we have lot many things to discuss beyond the curriculum, beyond the classroom, beyond the school. We have many things to come across in the educational system. So that is what, has Swami Vivekananda said, education makes a man perfect to stand on their own leg. Education is just a preparation for life. The life that is 3L process. That is 3L process is nothing but it is called lifelong learning. So every man, because we used to tell that Jai Guru Devo Bhava. So Jai Guru Devo Bhava is the people whoever coming across in front of us. We are all learning some of the other things from them, maybe their way of dressing or the way of talking or the way how they have been approaching us, like each and everything is a learning. So that is what is required in nowadays life skills for the students as well as for the people. So a child right from the mother of the home, from 6 months, the research has proved that the person, a small baby which is formed in the mother's womb, when the father and mother is clapping, and the child is also started clapping inside. So from the home till the tomb, every day is a learning, every minute is a learning for us. So it is not happening just only in the school. So every person, now Corona, how it has taught a lesson of the people, how they have to be hygienic, how they have to maintain the cleanliness, and what are the foods we have to consume to increase our immunity. So in this way, the nature is a very good teacher for us. So we have to learn many things as a learner. Many things we have to learn from the nature. So this preparation, the paradigm shift of the change in the field of education is very very important now. As you all know, in the corona, till corona, we have been into the mode of teaching the children in the classroom, and we have been into chalk and talk method, and we have been learning each and everything through offline method. So, so this change, the paradigm shift, this is a pattern or a tool which is a change. When it comes to the thing, it is very difficult to do that. I can, but it's very easy to say that someone you can, because this is what the shift, what we can see from the person to person, because it's very easy that we can say that yes, you can do it, rather than doing myself. So here this corona change is a complete constant thing in the world, I can say. That is the only progress which we can able to understand. So this is the thing. The change is must. The change is must for everyone, for the progress and for the promotion and for the success. Change is very very important. As you all know pretty well, for more than hundreds of years, we have been following the same curriculum, and the CBSE started adapting the CCE method, the continuous comprehensive evaluation, in 2010. But most of the people, including me, have been practiced the curriculum across the globe from before 2000 also, because whatever we have been implementing, whatever we have been doing, because the concept, definition and formula, it is not going to change. But the change what is required, because the people who are into the schools, who are into the college, the education change is must, because for the teachers who are teaching into the classroom, the textbooks are the father godfathers, because whatever is there in the textbook, whatever is there in the syllabus and curriculum, they adapt that. And most of the schools and the teachers, they started following only the textbook question paper model alone. So what is given in the asked, the pattern, the blueprint we call, no, the blueprint, what is there in the textbook, that alone they started following as a teaching practice, rather than going through according to the textbooks, whatever is there. So the change, if you see, we read the change for every second, like the food, cloth, or the way of dressing, each and everything it's getting changed. Now we cannot eat the same kind of food for a long time. We cannot wear the same cloth for the long, more than many years. We cannot follow the same style for a long day. Then why not in education alone? As I told you, 100 years we have been practicing the same. When the CCE has withdrawn and the national education policy has come, and where this pre-KG education, the early childhood education also included, and it is a very happy symptom, which I can say is for the parents also, there is a curriculum for how to bring up the children and make them as a national pillar. See, I have authored a book called The Pillars of the Society. These pillars of the society, the 4 pillars, are called tips. The tips is nothing but teachers, institutions, parents, and students. So these are the 4 pillars of the society who can able to make the nation very grand success. And as in the one of the American university, in the display board, it's written very clearly, where there is education system is going down, there the nation is falling down. Because of the education only, we can able to get a quality people. As we say, the quality education is only the criteria where a schools can stand, and the students can able to come up, and they can able to score more. It's not regarding the marks what we are talking about. A quality education, once if it is provided, the buildings are strong as an engineer, and the patients are safe without death, and the many ailments can be cured, and the research and development and the economics of the country and nation, all these things are possible only if the education is strong and if we can able to give a quality education. So in this way, if you take, this is the right time we can say, because when the Prime Minister says this digital India, or it's a digital marketing, now it's a world of digital education system what we are following. And every teacher started just watching the tab or mobile or a laptop, wherever they are, the mobile system of education is coming up. So this teachers who are into the in this curriculum, especially during the lockdown of COVID, the teachers started playing a vital role. See, respective of the people, whoever say that the teachers are getting less paid, the most of the schools, they said they did not collect the fee from the school and they are running in losses. In spite of all these things, only a teacher is performing a duty like a corona warrior in front of every students in the society. Wherever they are sitting and adapting the new technology and curriculum, and they are being used, because in those days, in most of the teachers, only the IT computer teachers know to operate all these systems, and the mobiles, though it is a tech savvy and everything, we all know just usage of the mobile is just a few things. Like in the brain, how we have been using only few percentage, and we are not using the complete percentage. In the same way, it has been told that only the technology also we are using into the very less percentage, what we can say. So in this way, if you are coming across, the shift, paradigm shift in the education, it is must. Leaving the chalk and talk method, leaving the traditional values and everything, the teachers adapted, the students adapted, and the parents also started adapting this digital learning through global classrooms, what's happening. And it's really a remarkable change in the educational system, what we can say. Especially, if you are taking as an eagle, it lives, it's the king of birds, but you know how it rejuvenates itself. When it feels that tiresome, or when it feels that growing old, it goes to the top of the mountain and it plucks all the feathers on it, and even it breaks the beaks also, and it sits there and waiting for the food. Whatever it comes near to me, it takes, and for more than 100 days it will be waiting for the new feathers to grow. After that, it feels like a new kind of a rebirth, we can say. So in this way, the eagle, a small bird, a king of a bird, is taking a decision of keeping himself rejuvenating with a new feathers, and it lives for a long years. So in this way, we are also into the same thing called paradigm shift in education. We have adapted a lot of technology nowadays, but still we have to, because when we send the links through Google Classroom to the children's, and when they come across, a lot of cyber crimes happen. So we have to protect that and give a proper guidelines to the students to adapt this kind of a technology and in the education, and where the parents also given a lot of awareness and advisors to the children how they can be used in a safe manner. So in this way, if you get similarly this COVID-19 lockdown, everyone in the world have gone through a painful situation and to a e-world into the education, we can say. The shift of the changes happen, and now how to maintain for a long run, which is beneficial for the pillars of the society, as I told you, the teachers, institutions, parents, and students, how it's going to benefit. That is very important. See, as an educationist, I've been doing for the Bangladesh teachers training. It's called like Google Earth. I think you must be using, because the Google in education is really giving a tremendous platform for the students and teachers for making their fun learning of their teaching learning process. So this Google Earth, if you are putting into the thing, virtually the children can be organized a tour wherever it is, especially for the history teachers, and even sometimes maths teachers, they all can utilize this Google Earth platform, and where the children can be taken as a virtual tour to the places wherever it is, the historical places. When I was into the schools, and I used to suggest 5 type of educational tours for the children. That is like a botanical tour, and for the agricultural visits, industrial visits, and historical places visits, and the place of interest. So in this way, when you come across with all these things, children can be getting more and more knowledge. The physical presence of the students will give them a more kind of a knowledge, rather than the children visiting along with the parents. And there is a change, there is a difference when the children are visiting as an educational trip along with the students and along with their classmates and the teachers. because here the guidelines and informations what they carry is a lot. So in this way, if you do all these things, and I think it will be very, very useful and innovative. You know, the 5 years of the age is the base for everything. So once the base is clear, if the base is very, very strong, then they can able to do anything, because that is the right age of the children. We call it as the early childhood education care, and we have been adapting Montessori for a long, long years, and now this is a high time for the children to develop this early childhood education in the students of the kindergarten level. So there, you know, why it is very, very important. In the abroad, it is only 7 years of the thing what taken into consideration to entry into the schools. But here in India, it is 2.5 years. A child reaching in abroad by the 7 years, our children almost in the class of 7 years, they started reading about Mohenjo-daro civilization. So this is what the change, what is required here. So in this way, the 5 years child, that is the base what we are giving. Whatever is the habits like good touch, bad touch, or the children, how they have to respect the parents, what is the lifestyle to be adapted, the way how they have to eat their food. Like this, all those things have been taught, especially the moral instructions given into the age of 5. They try to adapt more and more in a day, in every single hour, in every single minute, the brain has the capacity of learning more and more, 3000 and above new things, we can say. Then you imagine up to our life age span and criteria, what are the things can be stored in our brain. So the brain has such a huge capacity, but we are not using that actually. So in this 5 age, whatever you teach, that is the thing will be everlasting till 50 years. In case if they are into a different track, like a road not taken, and it will make them to change and realize and rejuvenate themselves and coming back to the track as it is. So this is where our Injuven education pattern and system is very, very important. Though the technology is growing more and more, though the e-curriculum or digital platforms we are having, there are different platforms are there for meeting, conduction and everything. But in this, Google Classrooms is one of the very important thing which I can say. Rather than Zoom, we can use that, and the assessments, assignments, like each and everything can be kept in that. So though we are into traveling into the different pattern of e-learning due to this corona COVID situation, we have a responsibility of taking care of our old values and new concepts, we can say. The old values, you know, that is all just rejuvenating and coming into the different pattern only, we can say. How it is means, you know, the yoga, if you consider, the yoga is only for the people who are into the Indian saints and monks. They have been used to that yoga pattern. But now, throughout the world, the yoga has come into the picture. This yoga has taken a new shape. Similarly, I was done more than 150 diplomas and degree certificates and everything. Once I come across in this way, I started knowing that there was a superpower yoga brain gym. So the fees is just 1.5 lakhs. I just enter into the class and see what's happening there, because I have a passion of joining into each and every class. I'm also a healer, a law of attraction, NLP, theta healing, sound healing, all these things I'm also practiced, and I am purely concentrating how these kind of new concepts can fit into my school, fit into my teachers, and fit into my students. This is what I do the research and put it into that. So in this way, when I come to know this yoga practice and asanas and the mudras, whatever we are doing, I identify there are 9 mudras, which is very, very important for the children to develop their brain and improve their memory capacity and to concentrate on their studies like that. So when we entered into that class, then I come to know that only 20 people are there in that a small room, and where they were being doing lot of things what we have come across in our childhood days. For example, the two hands doing a different activities, like one in the square and the other one is in the circle. Both we can do in a same way. But in our childhood, our custom has taught us how when we are doing a puja, two hands will do a simultaneously a different activity without knowing. There is no any practice required. Similarly, Adi Pradakshinam we call step by step we'll be walking like this in the temple. And when we go to the Lord Ganesha, we put we hold our ears like this and put sit-ups. So these are a kind, because the punishments whatever I missed in my school days, all those punishments whichever we have come and in the future whichever was done in those days by the teachers to the students as per the Gurukula system, that is all related to asanas, which is purely meant for the students to develop their memory capacity and concentration in the brain. Everything is related to the brain. Even if you consider this earrings, what we put, the nose pins, what we put, and the middle thing, what we are taking in the head, all those things are related to scientific. But we should not neglect or we should not forget this. We have to carry, because as a teachers, we have lot of responsibility that we have to carry forward this value, rich value and culture in our education system, because our Indian education system has got a very rich educational system, we can say. So this we have to take it forward to the next generation, then only it can be carried forward to the next. See, as a teacher today, I am sharing a lot of things to you. I am very happy, because this is not the knowledge which I am speaking, because my teachers, 100 teachers are there in my brain. So those 100 teachers into 100 teachers, they have shared their knowledge to these teachers from whom I have got the knowledge right from my kindergarten to PhD. So these teachers, so similarly, a person when it speaks, it is not that we have been talking on our own. It is being read or seen or heard somewhere else. So this is what the knowledge we are gathering and we are presenting there to the students. So this kind of an education, as I told you, it will definitely help the children every day. You have to make it as a fresh learning, a new learning to the children, and ensure that while taking in a digital platform, you have to be very clear that you have to make your classroom very interesting, inspiring. Then only the children can able to adapt, or else the children, most of the students I have seen that during the class time they'll put the earpods and they'll be listening the class and they'll be playing in digitally. So these kind of things, as a parents, as a teachers, we have to be very very careful, and how we are going to bringing back our children. Because of this COVID, though the technology has moved into a different platform, our children's and their concentration level and their power of one-to-one interaction, these things are all lagging, I can say. So it is a responsibility of a teacher how they are going to bring back the students teacher relationship into a different way, and how we are going to make them to concentrate into the education. That is a different challenge which I can say. If we are going to talk about that, we have a lot more time to talk about this. So yes, the change is required. Teaching and evaluation method, attitude of the students in process of learning, everything the change is required. A role of a teacher, teaching, learning, evaluation, classroom, environment, and the education management, each and every process is required a change. So we have to adapt the change, and we have to make our nation pillars strong. The generation, the next generation, today's students, and they are the tomorrow's leaders. So we are into the process of creating a leaders, and we want to have a knowledgeable, wisdom filled generation for the next academic year. I mean, for the next generation. issues on teaching, learning, evaluating the stress for the students, teachers, and management. This is also one of the major challenge what we can see. And these changes also require to concentrate a lot. Maybe the chances are given. We will see about all these things how we can, because as I told you, as an NLP, and we can see that how the stress can be relieved, because the students again coming back from 9th, 10th, 12th, students are coming back to the students, I mean to the classes, back to the pavilion, and how their minds are stressed because they have seen a school is filled with KG to 12th. Even for the teachers it is difficult, if it is for the students it is difficult, parents it is difficult. So how they have to adapt this new situation, the paradigm shift, how it has happened, and how we have to give it back again, retaining all our old values and customs. That is very very important one, I can say. So the necessary areas of the change, like power, content, the teachers, strategies of shift, all those things to be considered into a practice, which I can say. So I hope this kind of learning through this platform, and we have to maintain that 3H formulas also. So what is 3H formula? Because we are being teaching from the board and we are asking the children to write, and so those things should happen only through 3H formula. That is, H is called the head. So whatever we are learning, learned in KG, still today we are learning. We never say that ABCD we have been forget because we have learned long back, because that is the base. So similarly, the children have to be taught this 3H formula, that is head, heart, and hand. So in this order, whatever it is given, it will be there in their mind for a long years. So I hope this 3H formula will be useful, and how you are going to ensure into your schools and among the students. And unless you practice whatever you have been learned or followed or heard into your classrooms effectively, till that point, we cannot see the paradigm shift in education. So I hope my session will be useful for you all, and thanks for the opportunity given by GETI Letai talk show. And thank you very much. And I'm very happy to see you all once again. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you so
Thank you
much,
very
ma'am.
much.
Thank you so much for such an interesting session. And I just love that example of yours of an eagle who breaks her beak and shed her feathers in order to rejuvenate and create a newer self of her. So this is what we teachers, we school leaders should do, and should keep on changing and learning new things without forgetting the old ones, and bringing the new things into practice. And the basic thing, the 3H formula, that everyone should remember, not the teachers but the parents as well, so that they can help the child become a better citizen tomorrow. And you spoke of the early childhood care and education. That is the main part of any education system, and we should keep working on it. And there is a shift in the kind of education we are providing now. So we have learned a lot from your session today, and I hope my audience have also learned as well. So I would like to request my audience to please pose their questions if they have any from our dear speaker, Dr. Rajini. Please go ahead and post your questions in the chat box. I would request my audience to post their questions in the chat box. Meanwhile, Rajni ma'am, I would like to ask you, as we are facing this shift in the education system, like the new education policy has been launched recently, and then the pandemic hit each one of us, and we teachers have learned so much, but still we are not able to get this help from our students. Like they are not completely learning or getting the information and knowledge that the teacher intend to provide. So this is a shift. So how would you suggest or give a recommendation for improving on this ground?
See, as you rightly said, this paradigm shift has happened just recently for a last year. And we have been following this educational system and pattern of talking to one as a student in the classroom for years together. Now only this technological change and the shift has happened. We are on a called a runway as a flight. So still it has to take off and then it has to travel for long, many kilometers, we can say. So still we are into the runway only. So slowly we are going onto the runway. Till we take off, we have to wait. Then you will see the speed, how we are going to travel.
Surely, ma'am. We are going to travel high in the sky with all these changes. So, with this, we come to an end of our session, and I would like to thank my dear speaker, Dr. Rajini, who spoke so well and provided us with so much of knowledge today. And I would like to thank my audience as well for being patient and listening to us all through. And, ma'am, they are sending comments to you for an excellent delivery of this session, and no questions are coming. They are like chewing on the things that you have given them. Maybe they'll go and use these things in their classrooms. So I would like to thank you, ma'am, and thank my audience for coming to our platform and sharing your views. And I would like to recommend you all to go and see our live talks then with the name of D Talks, which are the talks based on numeracy and literacy, with the name of Global Dream page on our Facebook and YouTube page. And please go to our website of GETI Learn to see for our upcoming trainings. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Only one word I would like to say, because knowledge is power. You all know that. If you know something, it is a boon. If you don't know anything, then it is a sin. So with this comment, I would like to thank for the opportunity given. Thank you, the audience, whoever is viewing this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.